Hi, it's Tom from Digital Foundry here. Now, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is an amazing experience on PS4 and Xbox One. Visuals are well optimized for console, and the open world gameplay runs at a near flawless 60 frames per second on both Sony and Microsoft's platforms. Certainly PC runs at higher settings, but it's hard to be too disappointed when the console game looks and runs this well. That being said, how does a budget PC hold up to PS4 or Xbox One in frame rate, supposing we wanted to run at matching console settings? Here we have our PC with an i3 4130 processor, 8GB of RAM and a GTX 750 Ti. This is running at a native 1080p resolution, just like PS4, and also uses default settings. Now, this default preset puts PC visuals very close to PS4. We've also increased texture filtering quality to very high on the 750 Ti. The reason here being it doesn't really detract much from performance, but pays off hugely in texture clarity. We also keep a high setting for model detail, since this is included in the default preset. And how does it hold up? Well, as you can see in our tests, it's clear that the i3 processor isn't a bottleneck to performance in the Phantom Pain. It's rarely, if ever, the cause of dips here. Rather, what you see on the light blue line here is more an issue with the 750 Ti on stock clocks. At the 750 Ti stock settings, gameplay runs at around 50 frames per second during shootouts. There are spells at 60, but it's really not quite there, and certainly can't keep up with the PS4's rock solid frame rate. But there is a workaround. To bring gameplay back up to 60 frames per second, we just need to overclock the 750 Ti's memory by 400 MHz. This gets us up to a 60 frames per second baseline and holds it very well, but to really get a solid lock on this number with a good overhead, we also push its core up by 200 MHz. As you can see, there's an immediate improvement in this overclock setup, and segments that once dipped below the 60 frames per second line now run smoothly. There are 1 frame dips on this overclocked 750 Ti, but it definitely holds its own. As for cutscenes, the frame rate is also locked at 60 frames per second, and in some cases it runs better than PS4. For example, this close-up on Kaz Miller doesn't lock to the 30 frames per second line as it does on PS4, but seems to instead lose a few frames and then just hold at 60.
We'll talk, but not here.
That being said, effects-heavy scenes in the prologue mission do cause problems on the GTX 750 Ti, even when overclocked. These are very rare cases in cutscenes where 60 frames per second can't be achieved, and just like PS4, we see a sharp lurch downward for about a split second. It's comparable to console performance, and fortunately there's nothing quite like it during normal gameplay. Just like PS4, the overclocked 750 Ti suffers here, but stays smooth pretty much everywhere else. Overall, this is a surprisingly cost-effective way to get console-grade performance on a budget PC. It does need an overclock to work, but PS4 settings are doable, and with extras in texture filtering and draw distance added for good measure, it's not a bad way to go. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments. If you like this analysis, feel free to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.